first canto, chapter 6. So continuing from what we have left, what was the verse you said? Last 1.6.24. Okay. So about 2 verses.
5 you have to start.
Try to start from 5. So let's have a fast recap before we go to 1.6.5. 2.5. Yes. What are the recaps of this whole chapter? Very fast, very concise recap. All are giving a nice smile. Okay.
Narad Muni has now, like Narad Muni story we have learned that who he was in the previous birth and how his mother has now died and he is.
Yes, how his mother has died and he has felt, he didn't feel any sorrow. In fact, he felt that he is now free. He is cut off from all attachments. And once one is all cut off from all attachments, one is free for doing devotion. Then second important point, what we have to understand was after that he started moving towards the north, where he went across very nice good times and bad times, both. I don't know. I'll just check. Okay, the battery is totally drained off. Just check if there is pair of batteries are there in that. Okay, mother, you will have to charge them. So yeah, please let's continue till then. Then what happened? Then he went towards the north. And there, what did he see? He saw very nice, beautiful mountains and with gold, silver, and nice, pleasant places. Then thorny forest. Then he came across thorny forest, wild animals, ferocious animals, dangerous animals. After all that, he could understand one thing for sure, that he was quite tired. But what was the crux? What we get from all this? He was not moved away with happy times or with bad times. So whenever one moves on the path of devotion, there is some happy times and there is some sad times. Both will come. So one should never get agitated or bewildered by that. And last but not the least, this is one of the tests of the Lord. Lord will always test you before giving you higher devotion service. Okay. Then what happened?
Then he sat down in meditation and the Lord appeared.
The Lord appeared in his heart. When he sat down for meditation, so after the test was over, Lord gave him darshan. And what was the purpose of giving him darshan? To increase his devotion, increase his hankering for the Lord. And Lord say on 1.6.24, intelligence engaged in my devotional service cannot be throttled at any time. And he is giving this advice when he is telling Narad Muni, now you cannot see me. After just seeing that darshan of the Lord, for a few minutes, he had darshan for a few seconds and it vanished. He got upset. He started searching here and there, but he could not see the Lord. That time the Lord spoke to him and he said, don't worry, now I won't be seen. This whole birth you cannot see me. But I gave you this because I wanted you to increase the hankering for me. Secondly, don't worry. Whatever devotion you have done will never go as a waste. Because whatever intelligence engaged in my devotion cannot be throttled at any time. Even at the time of creation as well as at the time of annihilation. Your remembrance will continue by my mercy. So this is the best part of devotion. ये बोल के उन्होंने last time हम लोग ने class stop किया था. So let's start with the next verse. I hope to complete today this chapter. That's my plan. I'm going to have to. Otherwise I can't start from this week. I have to finish off. There's one more chapter left and then it's going to be. Okay, then the supreme authority, personified by sound and unseen by eyes, but most wonderful, stopped speaking. Feeling a sense of gratitude, I offered my obeisance unto him, bowing my head. Now, does this mean, what does this verse mean? A supreme authority personified by sound, unseen by eyes, and but most wonderful. He is most wonderful. Without seeing, how can we say that Lord is wonderful?
Because his sound and himself are one and the same.
Yes, that is what it is. You must have heard the famous song, Adaram Maduram Vadana Maduram. No, Madhurashtakam. This is a part of Madhurashtakam. What does it speak? भगवान का सब कुछ वंडरफुल है, हमारा कुछ भी वंडरफुल नहीं, इसके लिए ब्यूटी पार्लर में जाना पड़ता है। Why we have to go to beauty parlor? Because न हमारे बाल अच्छे हैं, न हमारे नाखून अच्छे हैं, न हमारे दांत अच्छे हैं, न हमारे चेहरा अच्छा है. Nothing is good. So that's why we go to beauty parlor. From top to bottom we have to get ourselves serviced just for a 2 hours marriage or a 3 hours marriage. And then again we look ugly as you do. Again for the next program we have to get decked up. So what does this mean? Lord is wonderful. And who is saying this? One who has seen the Lord. So it's the most confirmed authoritative measure ना कि भाई जिसने भगवान को देखा वो ही confirm कर रहा है कि भगवान is wonderful. And now he's wonderful. He is not saying he is formless. Right now he is saying is who is having, what is it? Unseen by eyes but personified by sound. Now what is this personified by sound? What do you understand by that?
It has a form. It has a form. That's what personified.
Personified, but what is the sound? What is the specifically sound refer?
As in उनकी कथा उनके बारे में सुन सकते हैं,
उनकी कथा सुन सकते हैं. See, it actually refers to the syllable Om. The Om itself is nothing but the Lord in the sound personified. भगवान अगर ध्वनि में, जैसे हम भगवान कहते हैं भगवद गीता में, what is that? What is that? I am the taste in the water. What is that verse? Okay. I am the taste in the water. I am the power of the powerful. I am the what do you say? Beauty of the ladies. Speech in the reach. Rasoham apsukamti. Prabhas में शशि सूर्य हो. Lord says, I am the raso in the apsu. Apsu means water. हम पानी में जल में I am the taste. So you can see Lord like this also. He is personified everywhere. But in the form of sound, he is in the form of Om. And Lord is there at every angle or focus. At the same time, he is present in the personal form also over there. So I offered my obeisance unto him, and bowing my head. So मैंने भगवान को अपना नमन किया. ये नारद मुनि ने व्यासदेव को बताया. Now, the most important turning part of the story. Thus I began chanting the holy name and fame of the Lord. मतलब भगवान का नाम और भगवान का लीला गुण गान करना. And fame of the Lord by repeated recitations, ignoring all the formalities of the material world. Here, what does this refer to? Material world will say, छोड़ अपना काम धंधा दे, अपना family देख. Let's have quality time with the family. Why you cannot have quality time with the family in a katha? We are having quality time with the family with the katha. Instead of with the family you may go for a movie. Instead of that, with the family come for the katha. 2 hours of nice, and when you are in a katha का benefits क्या क्या है? मूवी में इधर हॉरर रहेगा या सस्पेंस रहेगा या एक्शन रहेगा, बट भगवान का कथा में सब कुछ एक्शन, रोमांस. You see Rukmani Devi's marriage, what a romantic love letters. क्या कबूतर जा 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 वालों. This is much better. Perfect romantic letter written by the first romantic letter or love letter written by any person in this world, and that was Rukmani Devi writing to
Krishna.
Then everything is there. It's a complete package. And the benefit is, the end, if you watch a biography of some actor, some cricket player, or something, what is it going to give you? It is going to give you might be some knowledge, and maximum little bit is you may call something called entertainment. But what is the benefit of listening to the Guna Leela of the Lord? What does it give you? Sukriti. Oh, something more than that. What does always I say in Ramayana? Akarma. Okay, very good. ठीक है, ये है. I am not denying. All right. चरित्रम रघुनाथस्य शतकोटि प्रवर्षितम एक एक अक्षरम पुंसाम महापातक नाशनम. आप किसी क्रिकेटर का या किसी एक्टर का या किसी स्पोर्ट्समैन का आप अगर बायोग्राफी या बायोपिक, आजकल दे कॉल इट बायोपिक ना, बायोपिक देखते हो तो आपके कुछ पाप नष्ट हो रहे हैं? नहीं. बट यहाँ पे फायदा क्या है? मनोरंजन का मनोरंजन और साथ में पाप भी नष्ट हो रहे हैं. तो दिस इज मोर बेनिफिशियल. महापातक नाशनम, बड़े बड़े पाप के नाश हो सकते हैं. सो what, and giving away all these worldly formalities, we started singing the name of the Lord and the fame of the Lord. And such chanting and remembering of the transcendental pastimes of the Lord are hereditary. So doing, I traveled all over the earth, fully satisfied, humble, and unenvious. See, first and foremost, one who sees the Lord, देख लेता है, सबको भगवान का अंश ही दिखता है. वो चाहे वो सुर हो या असुर हो, है दोनों भगवान के अंश. So he sees everything in this world in relation with the Lord. He doesn't consider anything in this world separate from the Lord. You know, especially the material world thinks, ठीक है भगवान मंदिर में है, बड़े हैं, but you know, I will do my material work and then I'll go and visit him or take some benefits, extra benefits from him. But one has to understand, this is the biggest beneficiary in the human life, if something can get, is by singing the glories of the Lord, by chanting the name of the Lord. So doing, I traveled all over the world, fully satisfied. That gives you satisfaction and humble and unenviousness. You are not envious that someone is having something more and you are having something less. Why? What is happening? What makes you feel like that? That is because you know everything in this world is temporary. आज इसके पास है, मेरे पास नहीं है. जिस दिन आपको पता चले इसकी साड़ी मेरी साड़ी से सफेद क्यों, that's general ad which is given. But ठीक है ना, आज नहीं तो कल उसको भी शरीर छोड़ना है, मुझे भी साड़ी छोड़ के जाना है. I will take up a new saree. Then when you know the temporariness of this material world, then अपने आप आपका enviousness छूट जाता है and you become humble. Once you become enviousness छूट जाता है, humbleness automatically takes over. Yes. And so, O Brahmana, Vyasdev, in due course of time, I who was fully absorbed in thinking of Krishna and who therefore had no attachment, being completely freed from all material trains, met with death. As lightning and illumination occurs simultaneously. But end में मृत्यु confirmed है. So अगर कोई व्यक्ति सोच रहा है भक्ति करने से मैं मृत्यु को टाल दूंगा, बेवकूफ है. सबसे बड़ा चीज, अगर जब तक आप मरोगे नहीं तब तक भगवान के पास जाओगे कैसे? जब तक इस शरीर में हो, शरीर के साथ तो जा नहीं सकते हो. तो unless until you don't give up this body, how will you go back to God? So that process of death is waiting for all of us. But material people what do they say? है मरना पड़ेगा, शरीर छोड़ना पड़ेगा. नहीं मेरे बच्चे का क्या होगा, मेरा घर का क्या होगा, मेरे प्रॉपर्टी का क्या होगा, मेरी गाड़ी का क्या होगा. It's painful for a person who is too attached. And I always say, लोग हमारा मरण बिगाड़ते हैं. कैसे मरण बिगाड़ते हैं? हाँ, सब लोग दादाजी भगवान का नाम सुनना चाहिए. नहीं दादाजी देखो देखो आपका पोता है, देखो देखो पिताजी आपका पोता आया है, पिताजी आपका बेटा आया है, आपका ये आया है, वो आया है. लेट हिम एनी हो, आके कुछ नहीं कर सकता. कुछ भी चेंजेस नहीं कर सकता, सिर्फ उसका मरण बिगड़ता है। अरे ये मेरा पोता, हाय मेरा बेटा। एंड अगर वो व्यक्ति बहुत ही अधार्मिक है, बहुत ही पैशनेट है, तो ये जोक है ना, पिताजी ने दोनों को बेटे को देखा, बेटा तू है, मैं दोनों खड़ा हूं, तू दुकान में कौन है? That is what happens. That is, he is attached to the shop or to the business. Monitors. That is why Lord Narada is specifying this word, being completely freed from all material taints and before that, who therefore had no attachment and absorbed in thinking of Krishna. ये दो चीज बहुत जरूरी है. That is why भगवद गीता and भागवतम को hand in hand. अंतकालेश मामेव स्मरणमुक्त्वा कलेवरम या पायति समद्भाव यातना संशय, और ये प्रूफ कर दिया. आई वॉज अब्सॉर्ब्ड इन कृष्णा विद नो अटैचमेंट, तो मैं उस टाइम में मेरी मौत हो गई, मृत्यु हो गई. अच्छा, सम पीपल में आस्क, उस टाइम में प्रलय हो गया, कुछ हो गया तो क्या होगा? तो उसके लिए भी भगवान कह रहे हैं, having been awarded a transcendental body befitting as associate of the personality of Godhead, I quit the body made of 5 elements and thus acquired a thus all acquired fruitive results of work stopped. मतलब मेरे सारे कर्म जो जमा होने लगे वो पूरे बंद हो गए. And what did I get? A transcendental body. At the end of the millennium, when the personality of Godhead, Lord Narayana, lay down within the water of devastation, Brahma began to enter into him along with all the created elements, and I also entered through his breathing. मतलब भगवान क्या कहना चाहते हैं कि नारद मुनि क्या कहना चाहते हैं कि at the time of devastation सारे मतलब whatever creation it is, जितने एक goes and rest in the Lord, and this is mentioned also in the Bhagavad Gita कि भाई वो जाके वहाँ rest. And then what does he say? That's more important. After 4,300 lakh years, solar years, trillion years, sorry, 4 lakh 3,000 lakh years, yeah, 43,000 lakh years, solar years, when Brahma woke to create again by all the Lord, I also appeared along with them. All the rishis like Marich, Angira, Atri, and so on were created from the transcendental body of the Lord. I also appeared along with them. यानी कि बार-बार ये ऋषि मुनि, कुछ लोग को पूछते हैं ये ऋषि मुनि लोग क्यों सफर करते हैं? They are not suffering. They are helping us to get out from this cycle of birth and death. It's like, you know, the jailer is also staying in the jail along with all the prisoners. But is he suffering any jail term? He is not suffering any jail term. But poor fellow, he has to stay in the jail only. दिन रात यही बस कैदियों को देखना है उसको. But he is representing the government. And जैसे उस व्यक्ति का काल पूरा हो जाता है, he makes sure that he can get out of the jail. Similarly, we all are also in this prison of Bhavasagar. And हमारे पर ऐसे साधु संत जो हैं वो हम पे कृपा करते हैं कि भाई ठीक है, आपको थोड़ा ध्यान देते हैं, लेना है लो, नहीं लेना है तो वापस है ही दुनिया, जन्म चक्कर का, मृत्यु का चक्कर तो है ही है. एंड इसके साथ वापस नारद मुनि का जन्म हुआ या नारद मुनि अपीयर हुए. Since then, by the grace of the Almighty Vishnu, I travel everywhere without restriction, both in the transcendental world and the 3 divisions of the material world. Here, very important point. What are you saying? I travel without restriction, both in the transcendental world. Both means दो world है. One is transcendental world, spiritual world, and one is the material world, which is having 3 divisions. What are the 3 divisions? The higher planetary system, earthly planetary systems, and the lower planetary systems. So, Atal, Vittal, Sutal, Talatal, Rasatal, Vatal, these are the lower planetary systems. भू भव जन तप सत्य ब्रह्म, ये सब जो है वो अपर प्लानेटरी सिस्टम, वो आपको दिखा है सामने का. So this again clearly tells this material world is just one small segment in this entire universe. And शास्त्र में बार-बार कहा गया है कि the spiritual world is 2/3. 1/3 is the material world. The spiritual world is much bigger, much beautiful, much enhanced, and it is a material world which is बहुत छोटा है. पर हम लोग इतना घमंड, मेरे पास इतना प्रॉपर्टी, मेरे पास इतना धन, मेरे पास ये क्या है, तुमको तो छोड़ के जाना है. वो सब प्रॉपर्टी किसका है? भगवान का. कहीं ना कहीं गो बैक ट्रैकिंग, लेट्स से यू सी द एग्रीमेंट कॉपीज, किसका था, उसके पहले किसका, उसके पहले किसका, फिर बैक ट्रैक लाइक दैट आल्सो. एंड में किसका था, किसका भगवान का. No one has created this land. Only, okay, as per the law of Manu or something, somebody can claim its possession, and he's possessing it for some time. He's possessing it for some time. And so, because of the grace of the Lord, I could travel without restriction. मतलब कोई भी लोक में जा सकता था. That means what? उसके पास दिव्य शरीर था, उसके पास material शरीर नहीं. With material body, you cannot travel. You know, you need a passport, you need a visa, you need to travel from one country to another. What to talk about the different planes? But you could travel. This is because I am fixed in unbroken devotional service of the Lord. I am fixed in. The problem is, हम लोग के अंदर faith नहीं. सब सुना, सब देखा, पर भगवान का माया जो है ना इतना देवी गुणमयी, भगवान का माया इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग है कि हम उस माया में बह जाते हैं. The minute we go, yes, Prabhuji, fully charged from the Bhagavatam philosophy. I am confident I have got another spiritual life ahead, this and that. But in the end, next day morning, when the alarm bells rings and you have to get up, पूरा एक हफ्ते से सोया नहीं. फुल वीक आई वाज वर्किंग वेरी हार्ड. एक दिन तो थोड़ा लेट. भगवान नाम लेता हूँ ना, टेक ड्यूरिंग द डे. देन ड्यूरिंग द डे सम अदर वर्क कम्स एंड व्हिच वी गिव इट एज व्हाट टैग डू वी गिव इट? इट इज अनअवॉइडेबल. Unavoidable. After all the unavoidable work, when we are able to not avoid God, that time हम लोग थोड़ा बहुत लेके माला कर लेते हैं, भगवान का नाम गुणगान कर लेते हैं. Actually speaking, we don't have to speak. But one, this is why, you know, best experience कौन दे सकता है? जो खुद, let's say for example, you want to go to some town or city or some country, whatever it may be, जो जाके आएगा वो परफेक्ट रिपोर्ट देगा. यहाँ खाना, यहाँ पे खाना अच्छा रहेगा, फिर यहाँ घूमने जाना, आपको मैं बस वाले का भी नंबर देता हूँ, ट्रेन वाले का भी नंबर देता हूँ, ये वो सब ना, it gives you full hand. ये रिसोर्ट में रहना, ये रिसोर्ट में ये दिन में ये बढ़िया खाना मिलता है. कौन दे सकता है वो? So here also who is giving it? जो जाके. So this is confirmation. जो व्यक्ति जाके आया है इन जगहों पे या पूरा प्रोसेस में, he is showing the faith, he is showing that with unalloyed devotional service, not getting lured by gold and silver mountains, not getting agitated by ferocious animals and thorns and bushes and reeds. One who passes through, for him it is not a problem. Otherwise, when faith is weak, yes, one may miss the bus, and once missed means 84 लाख योनि है. That is the biggest problem. 84 लाख योनि में से जाके फिर वापस एक बार बस मिलने का चांस है. Okay. Thus I travel constantly, singing the transcendental message and the glories of the Lord, vibrating the instrument called a veena, which is charged with transcendental sound, which was given to me by Lord Krishna. So what does he say? भगवान ने स्वयं दिया हुआ वीणा में लेके सब जगह जाता हूँ और जिसकी आवाज, जिसका धुन जो है वो भी ट्रांसेंडेंटल है। बिकॉज जो भगवान जो देंगे, भगवान ट्रांसेंडेंटल, जो चीज देंगे वो भी ट्रांसेंडेंटल, एंड जो व्यक्ति को देंगे वो भी ट्रांसेंडेंटल हो जाएगा, और उसमें से जो ध्वनि निकलेगी वो भी। सो दिस इज द बिगेस्ट बेनिफिट। कितने लोग नेक्स्ट जन्म नारद बनना चाहते हैं? करेंगे वो जल्दी क्या कहते हैं, है ना? और उसी इससे वो नारद मुनि बेसुरा गाना गाते थे, यू नो दैट ना स्टोरी? नारद मुनि बेसुरा गाना गाते थे उसी तंबूरा को लेके, उसी वीणा को लेके। और एक बार नारद मुनि घूमते घूमते he came to a place where he saw all beautiful people were there. All beautiful people were there. Both men and women were very beautiful and handsome. But किसी का हाथ टूटा, किसी का पाँव टूटा, तो थोड़ा लूला, लंगड़ा, लबड़ा, ऐसा सब। तो Narad Muni was went and asked, "What happened? Why you are looking so beautiful, handsome and beautiful, but आप लोगों का हाथ पैर सब टूटा हुआ क्यों है?" तब उन्होंने बोला कि एक एक्चुअली है ना, हम लोग है ना सब सुर और रागा है। We are all the सुर and रागास personified। और एक नारद मुनि वो बेराग बिना ढंग का गाना गाते, उसके उनके गाने की वजह से हम लोग ऐसे लूले लग रहे हैं। तो he realized his mistake. Now मैं वो तो बद्रिकाश्रम रास्ते में आता है, वो मंदिर आज भी है। तो वहाँ पे नारद मुनि ने आके, I forgot the conference, I think it's Karnapraya or some prayer, I forgot, वहाँ पे I got to the point also। तो वहाँ पे वो नारद मुनि ने अच्छी तरह से गाना सीख के, जब वो अच्छे से गाने लगे, they all regained their original beautiful form।
इनसे सीखा बोलो?
हाँ?
इनसे सीखा?
उन्होंने वही प्रैक्टिस किया, उनसे सीख के प्रैक्टिस करके उन्होंने मतलब he used to sing the, even singing the wrong raga at the wrong time also causes see शास्त्रीय संगीत and western music or whatever you call it, बेहुदा गाना जो है उसमें और इसमें बहुत अंतर है। वो गाना अलग है, ये गाना अलग है। Okay. The Supreme Lord Krishna, whose glories and activities are pleasing to hear, at once appeared on the seat of my heart, as if called for, as soon as I began to chant the holy activities. मतलब जैसे भगवान का मैं गुणगान गाने लगा, then Lord personally started appearing in my heart. It is personally experienced by me that those who are always full of care and anxiety due to desiring contact of senses with their objects can cross over the ocean of nescience on the most suitable boat, the constant chanting of the transcendental activities of the personality of Godhead. So now we will discuss little more at this juncture. In this shloka we will discuss little more. See, first and foremost, एतादि आतुर चित्तम का मतलब जो whose minds are always full of care of anxiety. Here he is giving a word of caution and advice that जो आतुर चित्त होता है, मात्र स्पर्श इच्छया, वो senses will meet the sense object for sure. उसमें there is no second doubt. Senses will not meet the sense object, कोई नहीं सकता। जैसे आप बाहर निकलोगे, एक खूबसूरत लड़की दिखेगी या लड़का दिखेगा या अच्छा खाने का आइटम दिखेगा, senses with the sense object. So this meeting is for sure. You can't avoid that. But who is very careful with it? जो ये जानते हुए, हाँ, ये sense object को enjoy करने के चक्कर में मुझे अपने कर्म बढ़ाने नहीं है और वापस मुझे जन्म मृत्यु के चक्कर में जाना नहीं चाहिए। One who is always careful about it. भव सिंधु प्लव दृष्टो हरे हरिचर्या अनुवर्णिता अनुवर्णाम. Very important. This Bhava Sindhu, this ocean of nescience. So what does this verse clearly trying to say? जो व्यक्ति एक बार अक्लमंद हो जाता है, वो always he will be careful in meeting the senses with the sense object. संभाल के. The same example given in the Bhagavad Gita about the tortoise. कि भाई जब चाहे बाहर निकालो, नहीं चाहे अंदर ले लो. उसी तरह है व्यक्ति यहाँ पे क्या कर रहा है? He is trying to see that he is careful that by in trying to meet the senses with the sense object, he should not get carried away. Here, this verse is so beautiful. It explains what is given in the Bhagavad Gita also. And we'll go to the Bhagavad Gita and we'll take the reference from that also. How this boat, what is this boat? This boat of knowledge. And Lord has said everything in the Bhagavad Gita. I'll just take you to that. Those who are having Bhagavad Gita can open. I'm sure for sure you are not must be having the Bhagavad Gita.
Which numbers?
4. Words will be 34 से start होगा. तद्विधि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदिक्ष्यन्ते. Everything is there on the screen. Nobody need not waste their time on the learning devotee. This on the screen. तद्विधि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदिक्ष्यन्ते ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानेन तत्त्वदर्शिनः. This is 4.34. This is for those who are seeing it on YouTube. Rest can see it on the screen. So, what is this saying? Lord is saying in the 4th chapter, just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively, render service unto him. This realized soul can impart knowledge unto him because he has seen the truth. Can't you correlate this with the Leela of Narad Muni telling Vyasdev? Vyasdev Narad Muni को पूछ रहे हैं कि भाई मैं दुखी हूँ, इतना सब मैंने किताब लिखा, सब वेदों का मैंने कटिंग किया, सब किया, फिर भी मैं दुखी हूँ. What did Narad Muni say? First and foremost, you have to ask this after doing सेवा. पहले भी भगवान ने क्या बोला? मैंने तुझे दर्शन दिया है, अभी भी तू अभी पक्व है, मतलब पूरा अभी तक तैयार नहीं हुआ है. You will have to do सेवा, service, and engage yourself in service in such a way that you get rid of all your misgivings. Is it going through or going? क्योंकि आप लोगों का चेहरा देख के लग नहीं रहा है कि अंदर जा रहा है. So now I'm just trying to take the Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita and we are giving a comparative study. How Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam are almost the same, but Bhagavad Gita is a rule book. Bhagavatam explains how the rule book is being applied. So first, go to a spiritual master, pay obeisance to him, and then serve him, and then he will impart knowledge. And that is what Narad Muni did with Vyasdev. Then what happened was, having attained real knowledge from a self-realized soul, you will never fall again into such illusion. For this knowledge, you will see all the living beings but a part of the Supreme, or in other words, they are mine. So what is Lord trying to say in the Bhagavad Gita? कि सब मेरे साथ connected हैं. And what did happen with him? When he saw the Lord, when he started chanting, he became non-envious and humble. तो ये होगा अगर आपको real knowledge मिलता है, और if you are from a self-realized soul, definitely you will become humble, and at the same time you will also become non-envious, because you are going to see all the living beings but a part of the Supreme. भगवान के साथ connected है, ये आपको दिखेगा. Now the important. अपीचे दसे पापे सर्व पापे पापकृतमः सर्व ज्ञान प्लवो नेव वृजिनं संतरिष्यसि. This is very important. Even if one is considered to be the most sinful of all the sinners, then when you are situated in the boat of transcendental knowledge, you will be able to cross the ocean of miseries. And भगवान ने क्या बोला यहाँ पे नारद मुनि ने क्या बोला? Let's go back to what Narad Muni says. I don't know. We have a split screen. Can we have a split screen? ठीक. R&D करना.
Right click. Right click on that maximum. Right click. Just right click on that. On top of.
On focus.
I think you need two different windows.
I want to
Go to the windows.
Let me
Option is there.
and let me check this out.
Okay, it's two different. No, two different.
Yeah. One second. No, this doesn't come under Windows. That's the problem. This is a different software altogether.
Can I?
Let me see one second. If I can open the two windows.
Maybe open it in a different window from
Application.
right click करके open it in a different window.
Wait.
Three, four. It is personally experienced by me that those who are fully always full of care and anxiety due to desiring contact of the senses with their objects can cross over the ocean of nescience. Most suitable boat. On a most suitable boat. What is this boat? This boat is of knowledge. And यही चीज आपको मैं यहाँ बता रहा था. This doesn't open in two windows. Okay. So Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita, Apichedasya pape sarva papaprittamam sarva jnanam plavoneva. जो plow, the plow means boat. Here also in this verse also plava. The word used is plow, boat. तो ज्ञान का नाव में बैठ के ही ये भवसागर हम पार कर सकते हैं और कोई तरीका ही नहीं है इस भवसागर को पार करने. If you think by my yogic powers I'll do this and that, it's not possible. So it's very important. Considering yourself in a humble position and taking care that your senses do not meet the sense objects. या जितना चाहिए बस उतना ही कांटेक्ट करना. That is why he is using the word always full of care. कहीं मैं कार्य कर रहा हूँ ये माया का कार्य तो नहीं है, कहीं मैं अपने रास्ते से भटक तो नहीं रहा हूँ. One who is careful of that and he is in the knowledge taken from the spiritual master. By how? By serving. Secondly, in a humble manner. Paying obeisance in a humble manner. That person will always be in the boat of knowledge. And in that boat of knowledge, you can travel through this ocean of nescience. Yeah? Bhavasagar. Simple Bhavasagar. इसमें तर सकते. So, Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam are non-different. कहते दोनों एक ही हैं. सिर्फ we need to correlate between that. So you cannot say Bhagavad Gita is superior, Bhagavatam is superior, less superior, Bhagavad Gita is more superior. There's no need. It's like basically that's a rule book, but it is a practical part. It is true that by practicing restraint of the senses by the yoga system, one can get relief from the disturbance of desire and lust. So again, वापस क्या बोल दिया उन्होंने, घुमा फिरा के वही सेकंड चैप्टर पे आ गए हम लोगों को. पूरा सेकंड चैप्टर हो गया, अभी तो खत्म हुआ. बार आपने यही बोला, मैं नहीं बोल रहा, शास्त्र यही कह रहा है. और हम लोग बार जाके उसी जगह पे हम लोग फंसते हैं. ज्ञान होने के बावजूद भी कभी-कभी हम लोग इस अटैचमेंट एंड सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन के चक्कर में इस भवसागर से बाहर निकल नहीं पाते. Repeated in the sense only because of this. So it is true that by practicing restraint of the senses by the yoga system, one can get relief from the disturbance of desire and lust. But this is not sufficient. What is important? This is not sufficient. चलो कोई बोलेगा अभी प्रदीप जैसा
प्रभु जी मैंने नॉनवेज छोड़ दिया है, सब छोड़ दिया एकदम restrained always, but that is not enough. That is not sufficient to give satisfaction to the soul. इससे आदमी का आपको आत्मा को कि कई सारे लोग हैं, कई सारे पंथ हैं, कई सारे धर्म हैं जिसमें अनिर्धारित नहीं खाते हैं, जिसमें नॉनवेज नहीं खाते हैं, शराब नहीं पीते हैं. There are many people who follow it very strictly, but still they are not getting satisfaction for the soul. Why? It derived from devotional service to the personality of Godhead. सिर्फ भक्ति करने से आपको वो मिलेगी. आप कई सारे अच्छे लोग मिलेंगे आपको जीवन में जो सारे व्यसनों से दूर हैं, कुछ भी व्यसन नहीं है, फिर भी वो व्यक्ति का अंदर जो आनंद नहीं है जो भक्ति करते हुए व्यक्ति के अंदर जो आनंद रहता है. क्यों? Because his soul is getting fed. Always give the very first example of car and car driver. कार को पेट्रोल चाहिए, कार ड्राइवर को तो रोटी सब्जी चाहिए. You cannot say the car and the car driver have got the same requirements. So, I always say if one goes to the petrol pump में बोलेगा टैंक फुल करो, बाद में पेट्रोल पंप वाला बोलेगा आप मुंह खोलो 2 लीटर पेट्रोल आपके मुंह में डालते हैं. अरे मेरा रिक्वायरमेंट अलग है, मेरा दाल चावल है या रोटी सब्जी है या चाइनीज है, वो जो भी है, मैक्सिकन जो भी है. Then he goes to a restaurant. Then he orders some food. He says he eats all the food. Then the waiter comes and tells, "Sir, आपका गाड़ी का चाबी देना, आपकी टंकी में 2 लीटर दाल डाल देता हूँ." दाल कहाँ से डालोगे यार? मेरी गाड़ी पेट्रोल पीती है या whatever it is, diesel, whatever it is, पीती है. So what does this mean? This means the requirement of the body and the requirement of the soul is different. Here the soul is represented by the driver and the body is represented by the car. So this is knowledge. What is knowledge? Refraining senses is one part. हम लोग बोलते हैं प्रभु जी प्लीज पानी गालिक छोड़ दो, अपना चाय कॉफी छोड़ दो. भगवद गीता में कहाँ लिखा है?
Last Sunday.
भगवद गीता में कहाँ लिखा है? Very nice question. भगवद गीता में कहाँ लिखा है? See, Sanatan Dharma is higher. Rest dharma you have to specify. Like in some religion, one should not have sex with his mother. वो भी लिखना पड़ता है. कुरान में लिखा है. क्यों? उतना अनेक नहीं लिखा है. अरे but सनातन धर्म में it is understood. अच्छा कल कोई उठ के बोलिए तो कहाँ भगवद गीता में लिखा है रोज नहाने के? पूछने वाला कुछ है? पूछ सकते हैं कि प्रभु जी भगवद गीता में कहाँ लिखा है रोज नहाना है? These are all understood. Basic human etiquettes. भगवद गीता में कहाँ बोला है कपड़े पहनना है? मत पहन. Your choice. But people are there who want to just try to find some thing and then do their sense gratification. So, one lady was, I saw one lady putting a kanti mala around her wrist. Kanti में यहाँ पे होना चाहिए, wrist पे लगा. बोला माता जी, see, प्रभु जी, I am not God fearing, I am God loving. ये कौन सा लव हो गया? हाथ में कंठी माला लगा के I am God loving. It's like okay. It's like just imagine one husband, I am wife loving, बोल के लिपस्टिक मुंह पे लगा के. Does it make any sense? You may love to buy lipstick for your wife, no? Why you want to apply the lipstick and go? So these are all wrong ways of taking from the Shastra. So please understand. Just practicing of restraint of senses is good, but it is half work done. पहला चीज ये half work ही कोई करता नहीं. Now first biggest question is प्याज लहसुन छोड़ना नहीं है, ठीक है? नहीं तो मैं नॉनवेज नहीं खाता, अरे प्याज लहसुन भी छोड़ना पड़ेगा. आपका मति जैसा अन्न वैसा मन रहेगा, तो आपको प्याज लहसुन छोड़ना पड़ेगा, आपको चाय कॉफी छोड़नी पड़ेगी. Then second part. Yeah, it is not sufficient. So what do? I have to do devotional service. नहीं प्रभु जी, I am doing devotional service. मेरे स्टाइल से मैं करता हूँ. Sorry, you cannot. Like for example, doctor may give you an tablet, and he will give you a prescription. 2 tab, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 1 in the night. No, I will take it whimsically. I will take 1 in the night. After 2 days, I will take 2 tablets. Then after 1 day, I will not take a tablet. Then 1 day, I will take 3 tablets. You cannot do it whimsically. The disease will not go. The medicine also has to be administered in the given procedure. 12 hours or 18 hours, whatever the gap is, or 1 night before sleeping. एक गोली खाने के पहले रहती है, खाने के बाद रहती है. नहीं मैं उल्टा करूँ. इसका पेट में जाना है ना. अरे ठीक है, but there is a process. So one has to follow that process. Now, in any dharma, there is no dakshina, there is only dan. Dan sab dharma hai. And it is a prime dharma, what we know as Hindu, Muslim and Christian. तीनों में दान लिखा है. दक्षिणा किसमें है? सिर्फ सनातन धर्म में. Why is dakshina required when you are already doing dan? What is the need of dakshina? बोलिए. जरूरत नहीं ना, दान कर ही रहे हैं ना, तो दक्षिणा क्यों करना है? दक्षिणा क्यों देना?
वही दान है कोई
गुरु ऋण को
दक्षिणा is given only to the
वर्णाश्रम.
the one who teaches you.
नहीं दक्षिणा तो ये जो कर्म कांड में जो पंडित जी आते हैं उनको दिया दैट इज दक्षिणा ना कि
See, please understand. Okay, I'll have a doctor's language. That's easy to understand. Why is an antibiotic given? Along with that, one antacid is also given. Why?
That is
It creates acidity. So it has got a side reaction. So to cut the side reaction, generally antibiotic के साथ एक antacid दिया जाता है. Because it is got a propensity to increase an acidity. It may not, but this is a later trend. Earlier days this trend was not there. This has just come in the last decade, you can see. But before that this was not the trend. So what does this mean? Sometimes something may have a reaction, side effect. And दान का side effect क्या होता है? मैंने दान किया, प्रभु जी 500 लोगों को मैंने कपड़े बंटवाए, चद्दर बंटवाए, ये किया वो किया, what does this? So this is अहंकार is a side reaction of दान. दान जरूरी है, दान जरूरी है, compulsory है, but still it sometimes may create a side reaction, and that is अहंकार. तो उस अहंकार को काटने के लिए क्या किया जाता है? You have to fall at the feet of someone and say, please take the darshan. Then you realize, oh, I am not the doer. That those people have taken because they wanted it. This person is not ready to take because though I am giving him. So that is why only in Sanatan Dharma you will find Dakshina ka vidhi hai. Baki in any other religion, दान का है everywhere. I mean, you go in Catholic, they also give a lot of donations. Where it was, and we are not sitting here to debate on that. Even in Muslims is there. In every religion this is there. But only in specific religion or in Sanatan Dharma, this Dakshina ka vidhi hai. Dakshina is a antacid for the antibiotic. Antibiotic is done, but because in Dakshina how much you are going to give? Let's say you have given dawn of, let's say 500 chaddar diya, 500 shawl दिया या 1000 shawl आपने दान दे दिए, घमंड आया. अब देंगे कितना दक्षिणा? थोड़ा सा रकम देंगे, not equal to that much amount, but that little amount is meant to humble you. I should not get the pride of. So this is how it is. So many people know, "Prabhu ji कहाँ लिखा है? कहाँ लिखा है?" अरे बाबा, there are our Rishi Munis, Vyasdev, and our Shastra is not compiled just like our law, which requires amendment time to time. There are laws which requires amendment time to time. Today the lawyers are breaking their head where to bring in the law of getting gay marriage is done and all that, which is not mentioned. 50 years before, when we were having our constitution made, तभी तो था नहीं also. So there are all amendments which they are sitting to make. But Shastra, there is no amendment. Shastra is very clear. Shastra is very perfect. That is why he says, आप सेंसेस कंट्रोल करना जरूरी है। ये मत सोचो कि मैं सेकंड पार्ट कर रहा हूं, मैं भगवान का नाम ले रहा हूं, भगवान का गुण गा रहा हूं, मैं अच्छे कर्म कर रहा हूं, मैं किसी का बुरा नहीं कर रहा हूं, फाइन। You have to do devotional service. Simultaneously, you will have to curb your senses. And senses and the mind is the most untamable thing is your mind. Mind will justify. तो क्या है? 5 दिन तो बचे हैं, तो न्यू ईयर से स्टार्ट करो। 5 दिन तो खा भी लेते हैं, फिर न्यू ईयर से स्टार्ट करें। तो न्यू ईयर, अरे कल इतना अच्छा पार्टी हो गया, एक करो, एक ये हफ्ता भी थोड़ा और ऑनियन गार्लिक खा लेता हूँ या चाय कॉफी पी लेता हूँ। कोई लोग कुछ और भी प्रोक्रास्टिनेट कर सकते हैं। तो क्या है ना, मार्च में रामनवमी आएगा, तभी से पढ़े। तो ऐसा ही जाए। You will have some reason or the other to push ahead. So whatever you want to do it, because we don't know how much time we all are left. So better do it now. That should not be like the second day, because we don't know how uncertain life is. We are seeing day in and day out. So many videos we are seeing. ज़्यादा करके शादी में नाचते आदमी जाते हैं। So many videos have come on YouTube and on WhatsApp and on news channels. कोई आदमी शादी में नाच रहा है and नाचते नाचते do. So it's better we bring the changes inside us right now. O Vyasdev, you are freed from all sins. Thus I have explained my birth and activities for self-realization as you asked. All this will be conducive for your personal satisfaction also. बताने का मकसद क्या था? What did he say? 2 things. Control of senses and devotional service. और पूरा भागवत में अगर आप देखोगे यही मिलेगा। How Dhruv Maharaj controlled his senses and did devotional service. And then what did he achieve? How Prahlad Maharaj controlled his senses and do his devotion. Entire. And जहाँ पे थोड़ा फिसलने वाला काम है तो जड़ भरत महाराज ने एक छोटा रोल प्ले किया as if he fell down in devotion. He fell down, but don't think he's a small personality. But these people are doing it to give us some understanding and lesson. So this is what happened. So he was very specific with that. Finally, we are coming back to the conversation between Sud Goswami and the 88,000 rishis. Thus addressing Vyasadev, Srila Narad Muni took leave of him and vibrating his veena instrument, he left to wander at his free will. All glorious and success to Sri Narad Muni because he glorifies the activities of the personality of Godhead, and so doing he himself takes pleasure and also enlives all distressed souls of the universe. So Narad Muni का भगवान का नाम, भगवान का गुण, लीला गाने का मकसद के पीछे मकसद क्या है? The only reason is पहले तो उनको खुद को शांतता और खुशी मिल रही है, and secondly जो भक्त भगवान के बारे में जानना चाहते हैं, चाहे वो मृगारी होने दो, चाहे वो ध्रुव महाराज होने दो, anyone, including व्यासदेव, सबको वो मैसेज दे रहे हैं। Okay, with this we finish off this chapter finally. So with this we can close our class. If anybody has got any doubts, questions, can ask. Yeah, I could understand. Throughout the class we had a very nice question mark on your face. Very much.
Ajay, one thing when you talked about the boat,
हाँ.
so इसमें तो boat के बारे से slash लगा के लिखा